After hours.
What is good, everyone, and welcome back to the Nostalgia Plus Ultra podcast. My name is Nostalgia. Joining me is As Told by Zoe. What's good, my guy?
What's good, y'all?
Big chillin'. Recording a little bit after hours, I guess you want to call it. I mean,
late pod today.
Little late recording of the pod today. Got a little caught up with some work stuff, but we're all good. Got a chance to record. So, are you gonna put the Doofers First after hours?
I am.
You're good.
I definitely am.
You are. So, in case you haven't figured it out by now, Zoe is editing today's episode, so it's going to be whatever he does is on him. I have no control over that. So, so today we are got a few things to cover actually. So we're gonna go over the Sony State of Play, talk about some seasonal anime stuff. 'Cause I know you started a show recently that you want to talk about.
And yes, I do.
Yeah, and then we're going to go into some albums that dropped today, too, as well. So, Zoe, I know you said you wanted to talk about something before we started, like, the real topic. So, what's good?
Okay. Before the thing that I haven't told you about, I got some stuff that I wanna kind of happy rant about.
Okay.
Some quality of life changes. First off, gamer chair, fucking check this shit out. Check. What? Hit him with the yo.
Oh my God,
Hit him with the yo.
PewDiePie Jr. over there.
1, 2. Had to rep because I got some Attack on Titan 100 Thieves merch the other day. It sold out in 10 minutes. I was on that right when it turned 3. Boom. I was on that bitch quick.
That's crazy. The design looks really good too.
Yeah, I got for those of you listening, if you guys are 100 Thieves fans, they did a collaboration with Attack on Titan, and I got the yellow t-shirt that has Levi spinning on it, and in the reflection of his blade, it has Kenny's face, and Levi's got blood on his face. Super, super sick.
Super dope.
And
Super
third thing, I just want to, it's not really that important. If I move this camera, I don't think it'll fuck up.
Oh, Lord.
Right now.
We're going mobile.
You see that?
Yeah.
All right. I can hear the rain.
Oh, so it's like an interactive type, like wallpaper.
So right now, it's nighttime. I'm chilling with my boy. I'm listening to the rain, and I'm feeling good. I'm feeling nice on a Sunday night.
That's good. A little after hours pod. Oh, Lord.
But yeah. So I felt feeling good, feeling nice on a Sunday.
That's good. That's good. Same, honestly. Didn't really have much going on besides like work. I had to work from home a little bit. The baseball team went on the road, and still got to keep up with the live stats and the live stream and stuff like that. But other than that, I was chilling all day, most of it. So,
okay. So the surprise topic that I wanted to talk to you about.
Okay.
It's kind of a switch up. I don't think we've talked about sports too much on this podcast, but we're both sports fans.
Yeah.
Did you hear what just happened like half an hour ago?
Oh, Tom Brady coming back?
Tom Brady came out of retirement. What the fuck was the point of announcing retirement?
I think, okay, here's my thing. I think Tom Brady probably was going to retire, but the first time, but Adam Schefter fucked it up because he wanted to be the first one to release the story. And then, but Tom Brady was just kind of weighing his options and was like, I might retire. I'm thinking about it. I'm heavily leaning towards retiring, but the way the season ended, I could always come back and I'll be fine. Adam Schefter was like, yo, let me report that he's retiring right now.
Sure.
I want to be the first one in the story. So now Tom Brady's in a bind. He has to either be like, yeah, I'm retiring, and it kind of loses the moment a little bit, or just come back out of retirement. So like he was like, I'll retire and then I'll say I'll retire and then I'll reevaluate my options. Honestly, him coming back didn't really surprise me all that much.
Yeah, I'm not like
I was never a Patriots fan, and like, yeah, Tom Brady's Tom Brady, but I wouldn't say I'm like a huge Tom Brady fan. But even I was like, wow, there was no final season. That's kind of a bummer.
I mean, it ended badly. They lost in like
That
the
too.
first round of the playoffs.
But that too. But you know, like Dwayne Wade had his last season with the Heat, and we didn't go that far. But like he made like shirts. There was shirts that said the last season, and it looked like a concert. Like he made it a big deal, and because he's a big deal to Miami, even though it didn't happen. I'm not saying he should go back to New England, but you know, you're Tom Brady, kind of have a fucking, in the words of Tengen, be flashy, you know?
Like do a bit. I feel like Tom Brady would have. I genuinely feel like that first time where he was going to retire, he probably had like a video he was shooting for it, had a big little thing he was going to do for it. But right when he was starting it, maybe the rumor got around that he was retiring and getting some shit together, and Adam Schefter was like, "Oh, let me capitalize on this shit really quick." I think that first report fucked him up because he didn't verbally say I'm retiring, but one highly I'm not a fan of Adam Schefter as a reporter, but one somewhat highly like he's pretty big up there as far as reporters go in the NFL. Yeah, one big name says, "Hey, Tom Brady's retiring." Most people are going to take that as word, as law. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I kind of fucked him up a little bit there, but you know, it is what it is.
Yeah, little quick side note. I just felt like it had to be talked about because I was like, "What the fuck just happened?"
Yeah, because literally, like right before we started recording, it happened. I saw that. Like, I was getting my shit together to start the recording, and then it popped up on my phone. But I really didn't expect anything else. Honestly, I was like, when the story came out that he was retiring, or when he said he was retiring, I was like, he'll be back.
Same.
Either it'll be a year, or he'll or like right during the off season, middle of the off season, he'll say he's coming back. But I saw the funniest thing. Like I checked Twitter like right before we started recording, and there was a tweet that said Tom Brady's son asked him about a math problem, and he's like, "I can't do this shit anymore."
Oh shit, that's good.
Oh boy.
Look weird in the camera. Hold up.
Oh Lord,
that's a little better.
You good? All right. So back to regularly scheduled programming. What day was it that Sony did the State of Play? I can't remember. Was it?
I want to say Wednesday.
Wednesday? Okay.
Yeah.
So I mean, we're recording this on a Sunday. So last Wednesday or last week, I guess.
Yeah.
Sony did their State of Play. Not as big and grandiose as a Nintendo Direct or any other stuff like that.
It was only 20 minutes. It was kind of whatever.
I mean, straight to the point. Like Sony just kind of just does what they need to do. Nintendo likes to play it up a little bit and have their people like talk and shit. You know how that goes.
I was hyped when they said it's they were gonna focus on Japanese developers.
Yeah.
I don't even do this. I don't even do this on purpose. But I checked. For those of you who don't know, I like to physically buy my PlayStation CDs. So I have a collection, and I was counting all like the Japanese developers I got. There's a lot of fucking games. Most of them are Square Enix. You know me.
Yeah, Square Enix. Shit.
Yeah, but it was weird. It was a weird first game that they showed off.
Which one was it?
Exoprimal.
Yeah, that was kind of weird. I
mean, it looks dumb fun, like a Capcom game should be.
Like you just turn your brain off and play, right?
I just remember a lot of people were like, "Oh my god, a new Dino Crisis." Have you ever heard of Dino Crisis?
I think so.
It's Resident Evil but with dinosaurs.
Yeah.
And so people were hype, and they're like, "Oh my god, Dino Crisis." So yeah, showing that off, and then them just not doing Dino Crisis. It was Exoprimal. It's like, okay,
people were mad about that.
Weird game to start off with. I mean, I don't know. I might try it. It looks fun.
Yeah. I guess there are 3 games I kind of want to talk about. First one being the fact that JoJo's is getting a fighting game, which is so cool.
Bro, it looks so fun.
Like JoJo's already has a video game. It's not that good by, I guess, certain video versus on the scale of anime video games, which we can have a talk for another day about that. But anime video games, for the most part, minus maybe the Naruto Ninja Storm series, most anime video games have been absolutely garbage. That's just my take. But especially when it comes to fighting games, JoJo's has a video game. It's not that good. Jump Force, was good.
Ish.
It was good-ish. The only good anime game that I really could think of right now is just the Storm series from Naruto. Those just did everything really well.
Dragon Ball Fighters.
Dragon Ball Fighters, I'll give them that. But that had 2 really hot summers, and then people just forgot about it. I think Fighters now has more geared towards the competitive scene.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And it's way more for competitive people that like.
It's super hard to get into Fighters.
Exactly. Nobody plays like listing off certain games. I don't think people play Tekken, and Dragon Ball Fighters as casual players. Nobody's casually playing those games. If you're casually playing Tekken, it's I guess it's a whole thing. But
I kind of am casually playing Tekken.
but thing is, with Tekken, and especially with fighters, understanding combos, understanding techniques, understanding how that works. Especially with Tekken, everything is very much input heavy when it comes to Tekken.
Very.
So you can say you play it casually, but if you know the inputs, you don't play that game casually.
But I'm also not good. Is what I'm not gonna fucking go up to a game store and it's oh, they have a Tekken tournament. Yeah, I'll join. You kidding me? I don't have the skills to join shit.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I just don't. I feel like people don't play those types of heavy input games casually, and then Dragon Ball Fighters is kind of getting into that competitive scene where not many casual players are playing it.
What I was gonna say about the JoJo game is, I think this is a port of the old JoJo Fighter, but obviously not a port. It's remastered because it looks good, and they're adding a bunch of different characters. So it's kind of, I guess, the same thing as Ultimate. A lot of people thought Smash Ultimate was a port just with new characters.
I guess
it's kind of like that. It's a new game, but it's kind of a port.
They took the old game, remastered it a little bit, and just turned it into a fighter, which is perfectly fine. I think those types of fighters, especially the way it looks from that trailer, those types of fighters tend to do a lot better.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? So like I said with the Storm series, the Ultimate Ninja series, the same. Well, Ultimate Ninja series is more side scroller, which I actually prefer, but that's just me. But the Storm Force series, where it was more you can traverse a little bit, and
arena fighters,
arena fighter kind of. And then the Demon Slayer, the same company that did all the Storm series games, did a Demon Slayer game, and those
that's
pretty
right.
fun. That game looks fun. You know what I'm saying? And so
yeah.
So them doing the arena fire with JoJo stuff could be good. And then I think what they're doing too is pretty cool. Is they're having everybody. So even stands from stuff that hasn't even been adapted into an anime yet. I could have sworn.
I don't know who was in the old game, but they showed off young Joseph with Hamon instead of a stand.
They got young Joseph. I saw Jolene. I even saw JoJolion in there. That hasn't even been.
Yeah, and they
confirmed for an anime.
They put a homeboy, the one on the horse.
Yeah, I don't know his name.
I think that's Joey. I think his name is Joey.
I have not read Steel Ball Run or JoJolion. I just remember
Steel Ball Run. I'll just say they put Steel Ball Run.
They put the Joseph from Steel Ball Run in it. They put the Joestar rather from Steel Ball Run. The only reason I recognize JoJolion is because it's he has a sailor costume on. That's the only reason why I recognize him.
Yeah.
So, but they also have other characters in there like Dio and really fan favorite characters that may not have had a stand either.
Yeah.
Even those demons from Part 2. From Battle Tendencies. They added the ones from Battle Tendencies in there too. So, I think it's gonna be. I hope it's good. The track record for anime games, the bar is pretty low. As long as you kind of hit the bar or do a little bit more, it's gonna be a great anime game. The bar is super low for anime games. But speaking of anime games, Gundam Overwatch.
Dude, thank you. Oh my god, I thought the same thing. I was watching it. I'm like, oh, Gundam Overwatch. That's what it is. It looks fun, man.
It does. And ironically enough, right after the state of play, like 2 days later, Activision Blizzard came out with their beta for Overwatch 2.
Yeah.
And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
oh, you're feeling the pressure. People finna leave your game.
Here's the thing, though. I know the bar is already low with anime games. The bar has been set even lower for Gundam games. I think the last 3 Gundam games have been really bad. I know there was one, Gundam Breaker, which is a sick idea for a game. It's like you don't play as like a mobile suit. You play as a Gunpla. You know, the ones that they build?
Yeah.
That people build in real life?
Yeah.
You play as a toy, and then you fight in like some kid's bedroom or a living room. Like you are the toy, and the whole point is whenever you shoot people, parts fall off, and you could take those parts and build your own Gundam.
Yeah.
But apparently it ran like shit. It was super boring. Like a lot of people don't really have faith in like Gundam games anymore.
That's tough. That's super tough. I mean, I think them I think them doing it like this, where it's kind of like an arena shooter with certain game modes, a team shooter, where like it looks like a 4v4, maybe a 6v6. I couldn't tell, but it looks it looks just like Overwatch. Like literally, that's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, and
that's the only thing I can think of.
It's kind of cool. I'm not really big into Gundam. I know it's huge. I want to start Iron Blooded Orphans soon, but I've never seen a Gundam show. But they had OG Shield sword guy. That was kind of cool.
They have like the OG like flagship Gundam character. Gundam.
I don't know his name.
Shit. I couldn't tell you either. What I will say that is though, like I probably that game would probably make somebody, probably including me, if I just had to play it, more inclined to watch the Gundam series. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like it would make me more inclined.
I wanted to watch Iron Blooded Orphans just because the name sounds cool.
I think,
Iron Blooded Orphans.
Yeah, most people when you talk about like mecha anime, they'll go like they'll give you like certain anime to watch as far as Gundam, as far as like not Gundam, but mecha anime go, and it's like the people that are deeply ingrained in mecha aren't gonna give you like Gurren Lagann, or they're not gonna give you Code Geass. You know what I'm saying? They're not gonna give you those because those are pretty much like gateway mecha anime that like anybody can watch. I'm not a big fan of mecha anime, and I really like Code Geass and Gurren Lagann. So like and mecha is nowhere even close to what I even like in general. So,
bro, I just looked up Homeboy's name, the main Gundam.
Yeah,
you would think they would have like names, bro. This guy has the same name as Elon Musk's kid.
Lord, talk about the actual Gundam.
Yes, the red, white, blue, and yellow one with the fucking shield.
Yeah.
He is the RX-78-2 Gundam. Bro, why does not name him like, I don't know, Robot Man? I don't know, something.
Not Robot Man.
Anything.
Oh boy, but I think there are some people that I follow on Twitter that I'm mutuals with that are big mecha fans, and they'll probably list off Iron Blooded Orphans as like their first, like, hey, do I want to get into mecha? Here's Iron Blooded Orphans. This is really going to help you get in there. And then I'm a big fan of like older anime, so I might, maybe, depending on how it goes, I might start, I think it's like Galactic Crusaders or something like that. Like it's a really, really old.
I've heard of it.
Old anime. That's like really slow. Like it's definitely a slow burn. But if I'm, if I understand that going in, then it's fine. Like if I, you gotta watch. You watch like Ava, and you watch Gurren Lagann, you watch Code Geass. Those have huge. They kind of throw stuff right at you off the rip, right? Especially like Ava, they throw stuff right off the rip. But this one is a little slower, and there's a lot more build up. There are seeds planted that you're gonna have to pay attention to that pay off later on in the show. So like I'll probably keep up with it and watch it at some point in time. But so I definitely think this Gundam Overwatch game. I feel bad saying that. Like I know people are gonna get mad. Like, oh, it's not Overwatch. But I mean,
I don't even know the name of it. So like, wait. Gundam.
I had the name a second ago. I just watched I rewatched the trailer of it to get a full picture of it.
Oh my god, there are so many Gundam games.
Just type in 2022 Gundam game, or so.
my god. Gundam Evolution. Oh,
Yes.
It's not even that hard of a name.
Yeah, like what? Oh,
There's
boy.
a Dynasty Warriors Gundam game. That sounds sick.
That sounds fun.
I always say that, and then I play a Dynasty Warriors game and I hate it.
Dynasty
I
Warriors
always
is
say
cool. Dynasty Warriors is cool, I think, as a kid, because you're just running around like fighting a bunch of enemies like brainless, and
Bro,
you could do a bunch of cool shit.
Before I liked turn-based games, I saw Nintendo released Fire Emblem Warriors, which is their Dynasty Warriors for Fire Emblem. And I was like, oh, cool. I play Smash. I just don't know anything about these characters. Let me play this game. And I got bored. And then I play 114 hours of Persona 5 Royal. It's one of my favorite games of all time. It's super fucking fun. Oh my god, I love this game so much. Persona 5 Strikers comes out for free on PSN. Oh my god, perfect timing. I just beat Persona 5.
Yeah.
I did one dungeon and I got bored. I don't know what it is about Dynasty Warriors, man.
I don't know. I think the effect, or like the initial premise and the gameplay wears off after a while, because like it's just that you put like 500 enemies in a circle and you're just swinging your sword randomly at things.
In one swing, you can get half of them. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
It looks visually cool. It's just it gets boring.
And that's okay. So. And that's why I feel like they be doing One Piece so wrong, bro. Because every single One Piece game is like a Dynasty Warriors game.
Really?
And they don't.
I've never played a One Piece game.
And you would think, I haven't either. I've seen gameplay of it. It looks really bad. And you would think a title with such lore and such world building, and basically a story that's primarily based on exploration, you would think they would make a fighting game or some kind of game that involves like some kind of open world aspect to it.
I was about to say an open world game.
But no.
An open seas game. That'd be sick.
Just make it just keep the,
like
the
Wind
Pirates,
Waker.
Wind Waker, or you do some shit like Assassin's Creed.
Black Flag.
Even though a lot of people didn't like the shit fighting mechanics in Black Flag.
Yeah, but I think
wasn't a
people
fan.
get what we mean.
Yeah, exactly. It's
Sure.
like use the Going Merry or the Merry Go or the Thousand Sunny. You know what I'm saying? You can upgrade your ship as you go along. You know what I'm saying? Just keep it shit like that, but they don't. And the gameplay is just like Dynasty Warriors, where you're just fighting a shit ton of enemies, and Luffy can gum guillotine his fucking way through 30,000 enemies, and it's not even fun. You know what I'm saying? It's not. Yeah. It's not fun.
Oh my god. Okay. You just reminded me of something, but let's talk about the third game before we lose track.
Okay, yeah. So I wanted to say Forspoken got delayed, and they showed a little bit of it. For State of Play.
I'm kind of glad it got delayed.
Me too, because I think it's going to be good.
I think it looks sick. I think also interestingly enough, Square Enix has been going hard with the female-led games. It's kind of cool. But I thought it looked sick before, and I think since they dropped Babylon's Fall and it just didn't do well, even though Forspoken's not even an online game, I think they just want to make sure, like, okay, we need to pick up the slack a little.
I think they're good for what, like 4 good games and 1 bomb.
Yeah, they fucking always have. Every year they drop like a game where everyone's like, whoa. And then like 3 other games where like only Square Enix fans would like it, but still pretty good games.
Yeah.
And then just one shitty fucking game. It started with The Quiet Man. Do you remember that?
No. Not at all.
It was a game where like the premise sounds cool on paper, but you play as a deaf man, and you're like it's almost like Sifu. It kind of looks like Sifu, not the graphics at all, but it's like that kind of fighting, martial arts and shit. But the thing is, like, you're deaf, and it's not deaf like Ranking of Kings where like you can hear everything and only Boji can't hear. No, you can't hear shit. Like the player, you hear muffled shit, and then so obviously you're not gonna get a story like that.
Yeah.
Because we haven't really trained how to read lips as a real deaf person.
Yeah.
And then once you beat the game and you do new game plus, and I don't think it's like that long of a game, but like you do new game plus, and now you can hear everything, and now you get the story. And I heard the story wasn't even that good.
It wasn't good enough for you to be deaf to start it.
Yes.
That's weird. They should have made that. That would have been better off as a VR game.
Yeah. Yeah. A half an hour to 45-minute VR experience.
Yeah.
But no, it was like a 10-hour like action game. It was weird. And ever since they dropped that, just every year there's just a shitty game. Oh my god. They just released Chocobo GP. Did you hear about that?
No.
Okay, so Chocobo GP, it's when Mario Kart hit the scene, everyone wanted a kart racer. So back in the day, in like the Nintendo 64 era, or the PS1 era, because that's when they were PlayStation, they dropped a racing game, and it's all chibi, and they have like, you could play like Cloud is like a little chibi version. You could race as him. It's a fun idea.
Yeah.
They released Chocobo GP, and I'm sitting here and I'm like, I just pre-ordered, like I just got charged for my pre-order of Stranger of Paradise because it comes out on Tuesday. Another Square Enix game. Hype about it. Looks sick. It looks dumb fun. But I see that there's a light version of Chocobo GP, as if it was an app, like literally Chocobo GP LITE. And I was like, that's weird. So I downloaded it on my Switch, and the UI is literally copy and pasted from like their Final Fantasy Opera Omnia app.
Oh no.
It's literally an app with a budget, because they have like they have a battle pass for it, but I can't access the actual battle pass. I get small stuff like,
because you're the light version.
Here's 5 extra tickets to like get other stuff. I only have 3 characters, and in the real battle pass, you can unlock characters like Cloud and Leon. Those are the 2 that are Squall for.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts fans, he's Leon. For Final Fantasy fans, he's Squall.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you know what the actual version costs? And it's not even, it's so weird because like Fortnite's free, but the battle pass is what, $15-20?
I think.
Dude, basically to play the story and get the battle pass, it's $50.
Holy shit.
Plus a shit ton of it comes with microtransactions.
What the fuck are they trying to do?
I have no idea. But the thing is, the game isn't bad. It's a fun kart racer. I have 3 characters and I played a little bit. It's not terrible. It's just kind of shitty, like, corporate stuff.
It's kind of fucked up. $50, dude?
$50 for a battle pass, basically. Because genuinely, who plays a kart racer for the story? Mario Party. Mario Kart has never had a story because they know this is a kart racer.
Story modes and racers like that don't necessarily kind of go together. Like even what Sonic, not Sonic R. I keep thinking Sonic Riders.
Sonic Team Racing.
Sonic Riders.
Oh, Riders, dude! I used to fucking love that game.
They had the game with a story mode, and it's kind of meh.
As a kid, you're like, whoa.
Yeah, because they had a bunch of new characters and stuff. But the story mode was kind of meh. You know what I'm saying? Mad Dash has a garbage story mode.
Crash Team Racing, you know what? That one was cool because it had a hub. Like, to get to different levels, you had to, like, drive around a hub. That was cool.
Yeah.
But again, it's kind of like a Call of Duty. Like, which is sad to say. Call of Duty had some cool stories, but no one plays them for the story anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, now they came out with the free, like battle royale type joint. Nobody plays the real game anymore.
Yeah. But yeah, that was a mini rant. I'm not as mad about Square Enix. I would be more mad if I did buy Babylon's Fall.
It just looked bad from the get go.
Yeah, man. I don't know. It's like, why do you put Platinum Games to make an online game? Fucking, they made Bayonetta, Nier, fucking Astral Chain, which was pretty fucking fun. They're good at like story mode combat action RPGs. I don't understand why. I think they wanted Babylon's Fall to be a single player game, and in the middle of it, someone at Square Enix was like, those kids like their online games.
Oh no.
I don't know.
That kind of fucked them up. So yeah, that was basically, all the stuff I had to talk about for Sony State of Play.
Let me wrap up my thoughts on the State of Play.
Go ahead.
Fucking, they showed off again. Now I just talk shit about Square Enix. Now I'm gonna praise them. They talked about Stranger of Paradise, which I'm getting. It's coming on Tuesday. They talked about Forspoken, which looks super fucking sick. And then they announced 2 new games. And they're tapping into a bunch of old IPs. That Valkyrie, I forgot what it was called, but the Valkyrie game.
Yeah, is that a Final Fantasy game? Because the way it looked,
when
they did the thing, it looks like a Final Fantasy game.
It's not. It's a Square Enix game, but they had an old series. It was the Valkyrie series, and then they just hadn't made a game for a while, and I've never played one. But they brought it back, and people were hype. That half of my hype is seeing people get hype. I've never played a Valkyrie game, but I love Square Enix, and a bunch of people are like, "Oh my god, they brought it back!" So I'm hyped for it.
Yeah.
And now they're not bringing back, but they're making a new TAC RPG, the Diofield Chronicles.
Yeah.
Which also looks like another Final Fantasy game.
Yeah.
But I'm hyped. I've become a JRPG fanboy over the past 5 years. But the thing you reminded me about, I wanted to get your not opinion, but your take on this. Did you hear about Toei?
Oh, how they got hacked?
Bro, they got hacked, but that's not even the worst part. Since they got hacked, the One Piece anime is on a hiatus indefinitely.
Yeah, I saw that.
What? That's wild, man.
I mean, yeah, that's crazy. The fact that a whole studio or a whole television studio could get hacked like that is kind of scary, first and foremost. And then 2, I feel for all the One Piece fans, because the episodes lately have been pretty good, and they've been kind of keeping with the current story arc that's going on. Well, not in the manga right now, but more so they're kind of getting up to I think what's funny, they were calling it Roof Piece, because they think it's that next episode was going to be the one. And so the fact that that's out indefinitely and that episode's not dropping for, they don't have a timetable for it, kind of sucks. And also low key also does help me out a little bit, at least, because recently I just started reading the One Piece manga again. And I don't think I will ever watch a single episode of One Piece as the anime. To be completely honest with you,
I think just the early seasons of One Piece are very childish. They remind me of Pokemon.
Okay, here's my thing too with that. So, especially with all those big 3, all of the anime that's considered the big 3: Bleach, One Piece, and Naruto, right?
Not Dragon Ball.
That's the big 3. I can't believe I'm having this conversation right now. The big 3, because it's been a huge thing on anime Twitter and TikTok. It's super fucking annoying.
Sure.
So the big 3, 100%, is just the 3 most highest selling manga and titles of that time period. So that was One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto.
Oh, so Dragon Ball's bigger in America then?
The Dragon Ball just has high sales, but it was though at the time those 3 titles were dominating the charts for a long amount of time. So when I say the big 3, there will never be another big 3. It's always going to be One Piece, Bleach, and Naruto.
I'm just getting my sources straight.
Yeah, no, you're fine. I just my irritation is not directed at you; it's directed at people that just don't understand it. So when it comes to those three titles, because they were in the same thing, in the same vein as like Harry Potter, how like the books got like increased their vocabulary and their subject matter and their overall like violence and stuff as you got older, right? Mm-hmm. As like you know how like the books grew up as you did, right, as a child, as far as Harry Potter goes. It's the same thing with like One Piece, especially One Piece. Naruto has some violence early. Bleach definitely has violence early. But if you watched One Piece as a child, as a kid, like, you know, it was very cartoonish, very, very, very cartoonish and slapstick in nature as when it started. But as it got, you know, further up in like in years and the audience started getting older, as the audience started getting older, the subject matter changed, the violence kind of changed and stuff like that. So honestly, I like it. I like One Piece. My One Piece fandom kind of starts right when stuff really starts to pick up in terms of the violence and the subject matter and stuff like that. Like, I stopped watching One Piece right around the Water 7 arc. So roughly in the manga, that's like chapter 305 or something like that.
I was about to say, did you pick up from there?
I picked up from there. I had to restart it because I forgot what happened. So I had
to... Okay, but you didn't start from
the very beginning.
The first one's called like Romance something?
East Blue. Like the very first like big long arc, the East Blue.
But I just remember the book had like a specific name and it had romance in it.
I can't remember, but I know like the big like initial arc
is East Blue.
East Blue. Like, it has multiple arcs within it, but like it's the East Blue saga.
Yeah.
That's like the very beginning part, where you meet Zoro, Sanji, Nami, and then you kind of meet Robin towards the back end of it, or Chopper, and then Robin towards the back end of it, and then you're getting into now with so I finished Water 7 and Enies Lobby, so you meet Frankie then, and that's like one of my favorite arcs, just because it has some cool fights. You really start to see Luffy star as a character. Yeah, exactly. And like the violence and, you know, subject matter kind of gets a little heightened as you get to that. I get through those parts as well. So, but again, I'm getting off track. But it kind of sucks how like Toei got hacked. Low key though, it's fuck Toei because
a little bit. Yeah, I feel that.
It's fuck Toei, high key, but it does suck for those like One Piece fans that didn't get a chance to.
Yeah, because my boy, he doesn't watch One Piece. He reads it. Mm-hmm. But he did tell me that like where they're at in the anime is almost like 85% done with the story.
Yeah.
Which you would think, wow, that's coming up quick. There's been 1,000 episodes, so there's still a lot more to go.
There's over 1,000 chapters.
Yeah.
Like, if you like, he's like, oh, we're about 85% done with the story. Like, are we though?
Yeah, that's still a fuck ton to go.
Because like Oda is, I mean, obviously I've not gotten to the part yet where it looks like things are winding down, but I don't really see Oda stopping anytime soon to wrap up the story, because they're just now, like, you know, I have people that are way far ahead in One Piece than I am when it comes to the story, right? Mm-hmm. So I'm seeing people like talk about like this huge fight that's happening right now and what that means for later on in the series. So it doesn't seem like it's ending anytime soon.
Yeah.
So you got to put an 85. You got to put an asterisk right by that 85% when it comes to it being finished. But I mean, I'm enjoying my time reading One Piece. It's, you know, I definitely, like, one thing for me is like I just hate filler, and so I would much rather just read it and read all the important parts of it and get through that, and then maybe once I get to like the Wano arc, or once I catch up, I can, you know, go to the actual episodes of Wano and like watch those, because I heard those are really good. But I just hate filler, and plus the One Piece episodes, I think I've told you this before, like my gripe with the One Piece episodes is they just drag. Like, yeah, like they'll, like, you watch like the same thing happens with like Black Clover too. Black Clover and One Piece have the same issue, where the first like 5-6 minutes, not maybe even longer than that, like maybe like the first like 8 minutes is like the setup for the recap what's happening in the episode, plus the OP, plus more of the recap that happened in the previous episode.
Yeah.
So really, those episodes are only like 12 minutes long if we're keeping it a buck.
Yeah, I started watching the anime like a few months ago, and I took a break. Like I got through 40 episodes, but it's just they drag, but they also feel too quick at the same time.
Because
so
it's only
weird.
12 minutes. The episode's
like
only 12 minutes long.
It's such a weird feeling.
Yeah, it's like the first like maybe 10 minutes are what happened in the previous episode, and then you actually get stuff in maybe the like 12 minutes, but for the most part those 12 minutes are not necessarily anything too relevant to the story. It's just people talking, which, you know, I don't really mind all that sometimes, but it's just when it comes to a title with that many episodes, it's like, oh my god, dude. But
yeah.
so, which is why I would just much rather read it, because I can read through 20 pages of a manga decently fast. Like, especially, you know, if I'm looking through it. I mean, if I'm really want to take in everything that's happening, like it takes longer. But for the most part, you know, I can read it and look through all that stuff. The chapters are only like 20 pages, not even that big of a deal. I could probably read that in like 10, 15 minutes. So with that being said, like I would much rather read it, and just the artwork looks fucking dope.
Yeah,
the
of
story, how the story arcs, and how they progress, and how each chapter just seems like it gets better and better and better as you go along. Just, you know, makes me not want to watch the anime at all.
Yeah, makes sense.
To be honest with you. Speaking of anime, I know, you know, the season's still kind of going. It's starting to wind down now, but you just recently picked up an anime in this season that you want to talk about.
So I have come to a realization.
Oh Lord.
Maybe not a realization, but I've embraced something.
Okay.
So I'm sitting here before I announce what anime I've been watching to whoever's listening.
Yeah.
This is an anime that I specifically wait for the dub for. I don't really care too much to watch it as it comes out in Japanese. Not like an Attack on Titan, I'll watch it day of, which I gotta watch today's episode. But this anime, I see a dub, the next dub comes out, and I started watching it while I was working, but then I was like in bed and I'm like, oh, a new episode, and I'm watching it, and I come to the realization, I'm like, yeah, I've gone full weeb. I there is not one person in my home friend group who watches more anime than I do. And it used to be Luke.
Yeah.
Now one of your friends as well.
Yeah.
He used to always, in high school, he used to be like, oh my god, he was obsessed with Naruto and Attack on Titan. He started watching when it came out and all this. He got me into Mob Psycho.
Yeah.
Like all this stuff. And now I talked to him about stuff and he told me, he was like, dude, I think you've seen more anime than I have.
Oh my god.
And I didn't sit there and go, maybe I should slow down. I literally sat there and went, fuck yeah.
Welcome to the club, my guy. Welcome to the club.
But now, for those listening in anticipation, I forgot the name of the website, but there's a website that tracks the top like 10 animes of the week.
Mm-hmm.
And for the longest time, Attack on Titan, which I'm adoring so far. I love this season. It's so fucking good. Super excited. Has always been number 3. And above it is usually like Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
Which I like Demon Slayer, but it's like, come on, it's like the last season of Attack on Titan, dude. It's hype.
Yeah.
But I understand it. And a lot of the times, number 1 has been My Dress Up Darling.
Yep.
And for the longest time, I saw clips of it on Twitter or on my Instagram Explore, and I see it's a little slice of life romance. You know, main character's cute blonde girl, shy shy guy. You know, they're making cosplays, and I'm like, dude, how on earth is this beating out Attack on Titan every week? Every week.
Dude.
So I see one day I'm working. That's how I watch a lot of my anime. I watch it while I work because I got 3 monitors. And usually when I'm done working, I'm playing video games. I'm trying to go extra gamer mode this year.
Got the gamer chair. It's first step.
Yeah. So I see that there was like 6 episodes in English. So I'm like, okay, let me watch a few now. First thing off the bat, the end of the intro, produced by Square Enix.
Again.
And I'm like, what the fuck? What is with them and girls, dude? They love girls. Kakigurui, now fucking this.
They just like making excessively horny titles. That's what it is.
And now, here's the thing. The first cosplay that Gojo makes for Marin, I'm gonna say it like an American. Sorry for those who care. I'm not gonna say Marine every time. It's weird.
Okay.
Marin. The first cosplay he makes for Marin is a porn game.
Yeah.
And they don't specific. There's not really that many horny scenes. Episode 2's not. It's horny, but it's like it's more etchy than anything.
It just has
it's weird.
It just has that one moment where you're just like, okay, I cannot watch this with anybody else in the room.
Oh, I mean, yeah. There's a lot of moments like that. But like it's not 7 Deadly Sins type of annoying horny.
I think it's just because I think what they do well with this is they kind of say, hey, like this is what the main character's into, so the vibe of it is going to automatically, by proxy, have that kind of same thing along with it. So like she makes it very known up front that her go-to cosplay like inspirations is like lewd video game characters. So obviously she's going to that's how like she is going to dress. That's what she's going to cosplay. That's the kind of costume she's going to ask Gojo to make for her, and that's how the vibe of the show is going to automatically be. If it was a situation where she just likes to cosplay and then they make it horny, then it's like, okay, what I'm saying, it's a little weird.
And but oddly enough, it's like they give it a point. They give it like the point of the show, because Gojo, the main character, he makes Hina dolls, and there's a back story of like he's showing a friend that's a girl when they're like elementary school, like, here, look, I made this with my grandpa.
Yeah.
And she's like, ew, you're weird. Dolls are for girls. So he grows up kind of shy, kind of weird. He's like, I make Hina dolls. People think that's weird. And then her thing is like, oh yeah, I want to cosplay this character. It's from a porn game. Or what did she say? Eroge. It's from
Eroge.
Whatever.
Yeah, Eroge.
And he goes, I thought only guys play that. And she's like, oh, it doesn't matter what you like. Your gender doesn't matter if you like it. And then inner monologue, I make Hina dolls. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I watched 3 episodes. Well, here's the first part. I watched 3 episodes back to back.
Okay.
And I'm like, do I like this show? I'm not sure.
you gotta figure it out.
And I go to bed, and I wake up, and usually I start off with YouTube. Game Grumps post something, Oni Plays post something. I'm kind of the first to watch. And then I'm like, let me watch Dress Up again.
You got hooked. That's what happened.
I got hooked. It's okay. It's funny. It's cute. A little romance. And I kind of like, Gojo's the typical scared of women. Well, not even scared of women. He's just scared of making her uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't want to like mess up. It's like when he's taking her size. He's like, you measure your boobs. I don't want to.
He's very wholesome. We'll just give him that.
Yes, very wholesome. But like right where I'm at right now, I guess, spoilers if you want to watch this show. It's that like she's falling for him instead of him just trying to chase her the whole time, and she doesn't get it. So like he wants a friend and is trying to be respectful and keep like a friendship.
Yeah.
He's not even thinking like girlfriend.
Yeah.
Yes, he does think like, oh my God, this is a girl.
Yeah.
But most of his things are like, I don't want to make her uncomfortable. I want to keep her as a friend. Let me do that. And her whole thing is like, oh my god, am I falling for this guy? This like shy boy, this and that, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Also, there's a lot of like new age slang in the show, but it doesn't feel out of place. They do it kind of well.
Yeah. I think
It's kind of cool.
I think it's cool how they do that, and they kind of really lean into the that kind of culture that Marin is like perpetuating, which is the like gyaru girl type thing in Japan, with like very eccentric and flamboyant style and the way you talk and stuff like that. That's just like a huge thing. That's a huge thing in Japan, and so
Yeah.
and it's it's definitely more like, I guess, applicable to younger people in Japan, especially younger women. Like, well, the teenage, those teenage years women, the gyaru type culture is like pretty big over there. It's well, among younger people, still very niche in terms of Japanese culture, but like people just really like gyaru girls, like a big thing. You know what I'm saying? I saw like, that's funny. I saw like a video the other day.
Connor's video.
Yeah, Connor Sea Dog VA's video when he goes to like a gyaru bar, and so like that's like a big thing. So I like how they lean into that kind of that style. Even though they don't tan her skin, which I think is fine. They kind of so kind of a spoiler, but it's just gonna giving you a heads up on it. The show or just the manga is based off of kind of got a little bit problematic because she's cosplaying as a dark skinned character. And she goes to get tanned in order to be the dark skinned character. So it's a tad bit problematic.
Oh my god! They might have made that into a different character, because in the intro, he's like where the part I'm at, he's making a cosplay for someone else as well. Like someone found, it's like, oh my god, her cosplay's so good. So
yeah.
In the intro, he's like spinning around a bunch of different girls. Well, I think it's a different girl. I hope it's not her. Because she is. I wouldn't say they made her black, but she is very tan in the intro. So I hope it's a different. Also, very scantily clad, and Marin's like 16. So
yeah,
they're all high schoolers. It's a different character.
When it comes to like we've had this conversation so many times in this podcast. We just talk about like anime women in general. Most of them are going to be in high school, like 14, 15, 16. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
The fan service, for people that are of that age that are watching the show, people that are within that age range, like 17 and below, like that's fine, right? If you are 18, maybe like just because you might still be in high school. It's very minuscule. But if you were like in your 20s, 30s, and you were like genuinely like, oh yeah, this is my waifu right here. If you're generally like, if you like the fan service, it's definitely a little bit weird. I understand that the age of consent in Japan might be 14, 13 years old. That's not the age of consent in America, my guy.
Not here. That's not how I grew up, bro.
So when it comes to stuff like that, like Marin, I'll say Marin is best girl in the way that's like my homie. That's the homie.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, I like watching the show. Yeah, okay, I like the way it's written. I think it's funny. She's cute. And then obviously, when shit comes out of left field, I'll be like, "Whoa, mama!"
Yeah, now when she did that shit in episode 2, I'm just like, "Oh my god, bro, what are we on?"
But I'm not buying that fucking statue you sent me the other day,
dude.
That is
holy
wild.
Shit.
For those of you,
oh my gotta explain fucking this. God.
As I start watching the show, and I'm telling Taylor like, "Oh, I kind of like it. It's nothing. It's not a 10 out of 10, but it's cute. It's funny."
I ruined it for you.
It's a nice break from like all the shonen. Some company is making a figurine of Marin, and then there's like a regular version which has her high school uniform on, and she looks cute and she's posed and this and that and blah blah blah. But then there's a deluxe version which is more expensive, and you could take her uniform off, and that's fucking and they like It's gross. It's kind of gross.
You know what's kind of bad? The original version is her cosplay from the first 2 episodes with the bikini on it. The deluxe version is her with nothing on it.
I thought it was the uniform.
No, dude. No.
Oh yeah, that's, okay. Either is pretty bad.
Yeah, either is actually bad. Regardless, the deluxe version is a million times worse. But the deluxe is really bad. The original is also very bad. But yeah, I felt bad. I felt bad sending it to you because you're like, oh my god, my Joseph Darling's so good, and I really enjoying the show. Marin and Gojo, they're a really cool couple. It's it's nice to kind of see that what's going on. And I was like, here. I felt like I almost felt like I ruined it for you.
Nah, man, I'm gonna still watch the show, bro. Yeah, I think you could see it. I'm more of a Funko Pop kind of guy.
Yeah.
I'm not a. That's a good defense. That's a good defense on whoever wants that shit on Funko Pops. At least they can't get naked. So, save up some money and spend some for a real figure. Yeah, I would like to, but I'm not sticking my shit in no jars like you are, bro.
Yeah, hell nah. Absolutely not.
Hell no.
But no, okay, back to the actual show though. Yeah, so I don't know if they're gonna do it or not with the dark skin thing.
Yeah, I'm not there yet.
I hope they don't. They make it a little bit better. It's just
maybe it's
just a tad bit problematic because she's like darkening her skin to be this, to dress as this character.
Yeah, and that it's also a little weird because like, a light skinned character can darken her skin, but then when Sid from offline TV, she cosplayed as one of Tengen's wives, and she got a shit ton of comments that were like, "Oh, you're not white," which bitch, neither is his wife. She's Asian.
All these people are Asian.
Yeah, she's not white. So
You're
who the
stupid.
fuck cares? Also,
Really dumb.
Sid's hot.
Yeah.
How are you a straight man complaining about a girl dressing up as an anime character? What are you complaining about? She looked good.
Yeah, I don't get that. But like, again, cosplay is who you want to cosplay. Just don't, especially if you are not of the melanated complexion, don't darken your skin.
Yeah.
To complete the cosplay. You could just dress as the character. Like if you want to do a canary from Hunter x Hunter, if you're not black and you want to be canary for Hunter x Hunter, just put the
put the
2-piece on with the little things in your hair and with the cane. Moneyball. Easy. That's all you got to do.
What's the fucking girl from Bleach? I don't know her name, but she's tan. Yeah.
Yoraichi, yeah. You could just dress like Yoraichi. That's all you have to do.
Yeah. It's not like black cosplayers are trying to whiten their skin.
No. They would never do that. They would never.
No.
But, okay, weird tangent, but... yes, I mean, like, I firmly stand 10 toes down on that. Like, it's just... You can cosplay however you want to cosplay. Just, if you don't look like me... And if they don't look like me,
don't try
to look like me to complete the cosplay. Just dress how you want to dress. So I don't know how they're gonna do that in My Just a Darling. They might just kind of power through it, which I don't want them to do. But
maybe they skip it. Maybe they make it an extra character. Who knows?
We'll see. But I mean, I'm generally liking the show. I think it's fun.
As of right now, it's funny. It's cute. I like the animation. Does look
beautiful.
Very nice.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and
it's so
a nice switch up from the shonen. Actually, funny enough, someone I follow on Twitter, he's more of an acquaintance than anything.
Yeah.
But he tweeted out a small GIF of Marin,
mm-hmm.
a wholesome GIF of Marin, just like her smiling.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, ever since I started watching slice of life animes, my mental health has never been better.
I mean, honestly, like nobody can just go through fighting and getting stronger and just trauma. Nobody wants to watch that all the time.
Shonens are great, but sometimes it's like, damn, that's a lot of screaming.
Bro. Yeah, no, it's a lot of screaming, a lot of trauma, a lot of blood, a lot of fighting. It's just like, hey, bro, sometimes I just want to watch a girl follow her dreams and do some stuff she wants to do. It is what it is.
Yeah.
Funny enough, we're pivoting to what I caught up with recently, and it's trauma, fighting, and screaming, and it's
Oh shit.
and it's ranking of kings. But
Ranking of Kings.
Dude.
Okay, don't. I'm on episode 16. Please don't spoil it.
I'm not gonna spoil it for you. But episode 21. Okay, just watched this, the most recent episode. Do you remember how? I mean, it's never gonna get to that level because it's gonna be in that same realm as like Odd Taxi, where it's just really good, but nobody talks about it. Mm-hmm. Do you remember how like that episode 18 of Demon Slayer, how like the whole like just broke the internet, and it was one of those things where like you're like, oh my god, this shit's fucking amazing.
His fight with Spider-Man.
That was the fight in episode 21.
Really?
For Ring of King. That's the same feeling it gave me. I'm not saying it's on the same level, but that's the feeling it gave me.
Sure.
You know shit's about to go crazy when they change the animation style.
Ooh.
Like it's the same characters, but once you kind of see the way the animation looks like changes because they're about to start Sakuga, it's it's so fucking cool. And like watching, there's a lot of trauma too. Like I started watching. So I started watching episode 18. I left off episode 18, watched all the way to 21. Like those 18 to 21, or excuse me, 18 to 20, just were full of trauma. And I was like, I felt so bad for Boji, and I was like, almost like I was very emotional about a 2D character. I didn't understand how I could do that, but I was super emotional.
Okay, spoilers for Ranking of Kings, where I'm at. I just saw episode 16 shows how Boji's mom dies.
Yeah.
And like he's under her, and then like all her blood. Yeah, it's already starting to get a little trauma filled.
Dude, it's crazy. And then
and he met up with oh my god, I forgot his name. Hokuro and
Domus.
And Domus. I almost called him Apis.
Bitch ass nigga Domus. Oh, Appius? No, he can kick rocks too. High key. He can kick rocks.
I thought he was gonna be with us the whole time.
Like, you want to talk about characters I want to fade on sight, bro? It's Domus and then Appius.
Apis is simping for a piece of glass. A piece of glass. You can't even see her,
bro. High key, bro. High key.
Bro was annoying. He was ready to give his life for Boji, and then fucking Miranjo comes out and he's like, "Oh, I changed my mind."
Dude. Like, bro, you gotta see the later episodes, bro, because I want to knock his fucking head off. Oh my god, dude!
Like at least Domus is sorry, man.
There's a part in episode 21 where I'm just like, oh, okay, cool, everything's gonna be fine and resolved, and then this nigga Appius steps up. I'm like, wait, I'm like, nigga, get the fuck out of the way before I jump to this screen and beat the brakes off you. Get the fuck out of here.
God damn,
dude, it's so bad. And then like, I just hate how they really try to make you sympathetic to the cause of Miranjo and King Boss. Like, you kind of, like, in the later episodes, you kind of see Miranjo's backstory. Mm-hmm. And I'm not going to tell you what happens. It's not going to spoil it for you. But it is kind of sad, and it's definitely, like, pretty fucked up. But
yeah, they've kind of hinted at it already. Like, in one of the earlier episodes, they kind of showed, like, she possessed a doll. And then Boss, who's possessing Daida, is dancing with a doll possessed by Miranjo. It's like weird, but also kind of sad. Yeah.
No, like, her backstory is definitely fucked up and very, very sad. And King Boss's, like, how he kind of reacts to it is very natural for his character, not for how any other regular person would react, but for his specific character and the kind of person he is. It is very understandable the way he reacted, how he did.
For the man who sold his son's strength for his own, or some shit like that.
But at the same time, too, it is very. I don't understand how they could try to make it so, like, you feel bad for Miranjo, because how she handled it after the fact and what happened to her is not justifiable in any case. It's not justifiable at all.
Sure.
So, like, it's kind of weird how they really try to hit you with these, like, emotional gut punches when it comes to the Miranjo's, like, motivations for doing what she did. and same thing with King Boss's like emotional state and stuff like that. And it's just like, I really don't care. Like, y'all can get the fuck out. Like, I really do not care. But I mean, man, like, it doesn't show up on those like that top 10 list at all. But
it did at first, but I don't know why not now.
I don't know. It needs to jump back up there because,
Bro.
dude, it's gonna. I hope. Like, I don't want people to treat it like Odd Taxi, because Odd Taxi got nominated and people are like, wait, what the fuck is this? Like, I don't understand.
Dude, I've been so slow with Odd Taxi, but I'm on episode 9, and it's so fucking good so far.
Yeah, you need to keep on
But
watching it.
what I was about to say was, this might be a hot take. Maybe not for you, but it'll be a hot take for people who just jump on the fucking bandwagon.
Yeah.
And I think Studio Wit doesn't get enough praise. Because now everyone's like, oh, because Mappa took Attack on Titan from Wit and now it looks better. It's like, sure, it looks good for its art style, but Wit doesn't have an art style. You can tell when Mappa does something.
Yeah.
And sure, it looks nice, but bro, The Great Pretender, Ranking of Kings, Vivi, the first 3 seasons of Attack on Titan, they all look different, but
Vinland Saga.
They all look fantastic.
Vinland Saga. Yes. Okay, here's the thing. So with that, people got pissed off that Vinland Saga got moved to Mappa, but here's the thing. It's the same studio from Wit, the same group of people that did it from Wit Studio, all got signed to Mappa. They got moved to Mappa. So
they just have the Mappa budget now.
Exactly. But so, yeah.
I just know people who are listening to this. There are gonna be some people who's gonna be like, no, Mappa is the best, bro. Wit needs more recognition.
I think Mappa has enough budget and a shit ton of people that they can. It's easy for them to kind of pump out all this stuff, and they're the way they kind of are able to grab all these IPs for anime projects is crazy. Like, they got Hell's Paradise, which I'm really excited for. They got Chainsaw Man, which I'm really excited for.
Yeah.
You know what
I'm
saying? So,
hype. I think Mappa's great. I'm not even trying to take a dig at Mappa. I'm taking more of a dig of the people. Oh my God! Remember that tweet I sent you where someone was I forgot what show it was, but it was like, if this show was made by Mappa, and they just added like the shadow lines from Attack on Titan.
Yeah, not knowing that Mappa actually made it and
made
didn't put
the
the
show.
lines in there.
I forgot what show it was, but Mappa already made it. It's like, bro, you are dick riding.
Yeah, bro, it's crazy. It's okay. I think Wit is very much a quality over quantity type anime studio. Like, if they get an anime, they're gonna take their time with it and make it as best as they possibly can. Mappa is a quality and quantity anime studio, because so like they're gonna get literally everything. But you know how sometimes with layoffs and how people get moved to other companies with as far as animators and producers and stuff like that. Like, it might be produced by Mappa, but it could have been the same group at UFO Table that had it. Yeah. They're just with a different studio now, but they still have the same IP. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, it might be a situation like that, especially when it comes to Vinland Saga. But like, the original studio, like Studio Wit, is going to take their time with these seasons and with all that stuff, and more often than not, it's going to turn into a great project. So, it's a testament to them too, because with the first season of Ranking of Kings, only 9 episodes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's only 9 episodes, and then they were like, okay, we're gonna have these 9 episodes. We're gonna make them really good and get people hooked, and then we're just gonna blow the doors off of everything come episodes 10 through 24. Or however many they're gonna do. You know what I'm saying? So like, very much a very high quality. They're gonna take their time with it type anime studio, and I think that's I'm of the headspace where it's like, take all the time you need as long as the show is good. Take all the time you need for it. To be honest with you, so yeah, that's basically my whole thing on that.
Before we end, You're more head weeb of the group.
Okay.
I just rewatched Death Note. 'Cause
Okay.
It's been a while since I saw it, and I watched it while I was working.
Mm-hmm.
Where has Madhouse been? What have they been doing recently?
They're very much a low key studio. They don't really do too many projects.
Sure.
Like I think over the years they've kind of gotten smaller. So like again, more people leave and go to other studios.
Yeah.
Wit, UFO Table, mostly Mappa. Mappa just gets everybody. But
Yeah, Mappa's the Disney of anime.
exactly, they just get everybody. So Madhouse hasn't really been doing too much stuff. I can't remember what they most recently did.
Jamie,
two,
pull it
two
up.
Two guys in a.
Madhouse Anime Studio. What's that? The line
shit.
that fucking Noel says.
Jamie,
pull up the video of the deer getting hit by the car.
yeah, exactly. Can I kill that deer getting hit by that car over there?
They did One Punch Man?
Yeah, they did the first season of One Punch Man.
Oh, I thought it was Bones.
Yeah, no. They did the first season of One Punch Man, and it's really fucking good.
You told me about Black Lagoon.
Yeah, Black Lagoon's fire. They did them and another studio combined to do Ace of Diamond, which you need to watch. Being a former baseball player, you need to watch that show. It's so good.
Yeah.
Ace of Diamond is great.
What was the last thing they did?
That's what I was trying to find out too.
Bro, they did Sunny Boy.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they did do Sunny Boy. I forgot about that.
I forgot. The Vampire Dies in No Time, Police in a Pod. I have not heard of these guys at all. Bibliophile Princess.
That sounds by year.
That sounds wild. I'm on the wiki. The Wikipedia.
Okay. Because I was like on for some reason it took me right to my anime list. What
Marvel Future Avengers.
I did not know that. Oh, they did Tact OP Destiny, which is a good, really well animated show.
Tact OP Destiny.
It's it came out either last season or this season. I can't remember.
It says mixed media. Is there a game?
They even did One Outs. Oh, bro, One Outs isn't on like official streaming services anymore. That's another show you need to watch too if you can find a way to watch it.
One Outs.
It's another baseball anime, but this one is like kind of a different take on it. Like it's about the mental games of baseball. How like in people like in the league, the main character plays in like it's a lot of like there's a lot of low key gambling in it, and then there's a lot of like mental warfare in like as it pertains to baseball, and it's really cool. But it's not like on official streaming services, so you might have to, go somewhere else to find it.
Do some stuff.
But yeah, Madhouse has been kind of low key. They kind of do some good projects here and there, but they're not like everywhere. I do think it's funny. So I can't remember who took over the season 2 of One Punch Man.
I could have swore it was Bones, man. Bones does
I think it was Bones. I think it was Studio Bones.
Because Bones does what's it called? A Mob.
Yeah, and they do don't they do My Hero too?
They do My Hero.
Yeah.
Bones is good. I like Bones.
Yeah. So like I think it's good. I think a lot of anime studios are doing a pretty good job with a lot of their stuff. I think here's a crazy thing too. I had this thought the other day. This is the last thing I'm gonna say before we kind of end. I might clip this and put this out just to see what people say about it. But I think a lot of shows, especially the ones that are on the backs of very popular IPs, could benefit more from being seasonal than being weekly shows.
We've had this conversation. I don't know if it was on pod though.
It wasn't. I think we were just kind of talking.
Yeah.
Here's my thing. So, Boruto, Black Clover, kind of Black Clover, and then other shows in that kind of realm, especially Boruto. Like it's my comment for this is more so focused on for Boruto.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of negative stuff about Boruto.
If Boruto would probably be more popular, especially to me, if it was more if it was directed in a more seasonal way. Like if they just had like a 2-core, like with, okay, I would think Jujutsu Kaisen, I love Jujutsu Kaisen. If Jujutsu Kaisen went weekly, I don't think I would enjoy it as much as far as the anime goes.
Because that's when filler comes into play, right?
Exactly. So like when it, well, like I think it'd be, yeah, because like at this point right now, it probably would be a situation where they would be at the Shibuya arc already and have to do filler. That way they could finish the Shibuya arc, you know, like, or not finish Shibuya arc, but they can, so Octokami could fit to get through the Culling Games arc and get through all that. You know what I'm saying? It'd be
I don't know what any of that means, bro. I've only seen the first season.
So the first like 2 cores is like the beginning first season, the Goodwill event plus the what is it called, like the Death Painting Womb or whatever, like those last few episodes with the two like demons at the very end when Nobara and Yuji's fight at the very end.
Okay, yeah.
That's like a mini arc in itself. Like it's called the Death Painting Womb arc. So you have like the first 2 cores of 24 episodes. This next arc is the Shibuya arc, which is like probably one of the more popular ones, the one that people are really heavily anticipating. That might be like, if they do it seasonally, it's probably going to be 2 cores and maybe another season because it's really fucking long. Hopefully, I mean, it's
maybe
probably
a second movie.
Maybe, but it's going to be long, so it's going to be another 2-core type joint.
Sure.
And then you get into like the most recent, I guess, arc that's going on right now, which is called the Culling Games arc, which I know doesn't make any sense to you now, but when you see the Shibuya arc, you'll understand what I'm talking about. But if Jujutsu Kaisen was weekly, first of all, the level of production would be really low because they're just pushing it out weekly, and like the way budgeting works, it'd be really hard to produce quality shit week to week every single time. You know what I'm saying? So that's one thing. And then by the time, honestly, like it would have probably, if Jujutsu Kaisen's anime would still be going on right now, and they probably would have caught up and had to fill it in with some filler episodes that didn't make sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, I know
and it fucks up like the feeling of the show because like Jujutsu Kaisen's like kind of funny, but it's mostly very serious. So like, how can you take filler serious?
You can't. You really can't. And that's I think the biggest problem with Boruto. I think it's just like, I know people are going, oh, you don't really watch the show because you would know. And I was like, yeah, but like, I don't like watching the filler episodes regardless if they come out or not, or regardless of what % of the show is filler and what % isn't. I think regardless of that, like, I feel like it would be a way better show if there wasn't filler in the first place.
Bro, I saw the fucking screenshot of that website that shows you which episodes of which anime is filler.
Yeah.
Episode 2 is filler already of Boruto.
Yeah, it's not good. So like, my thing is this though, like, you have, I mean, the manga story in general, like, I'm enjoying reading the manga for it.
Sure.
And so I just think like if they just stuck to that and just did it seasonally, because the manga comes out once a month. It doesn't come out every week like regular Shonen Jump stuff. So like, so it's going to be like a double or even like a triple type chapter. So it's gonna be like 40 some odd pages.
Yeah.
You could take that stuff and make it into like a 2-core season 1 and keep all that stuff condensed, and then that way the production value is gonna go up. Like, for as much as people really hyped up the big Naruto fight versus Ishiki, like in terms of Naruto fights, personally speaking, this is my opinion. In terms of Naruto fights, the Ishiki fight was subpar. Like, compared to all the other fights that have happened in Naruto, like Kakashi versus Obito, you got Naruto versus Sasuke both times. You got Naruto versus Pain, even though Naruto versus Pain has some other weird animation stuff in it that, you know, different stuff, different day that we'll talk about. But yeah, like so many firefights, Gaara versus Lee, you know what I'm saying? Some really great fights. And for as cool as it to see Naruto as an adult fight at his highest power again, it was cool. But in terms of other fights that have happened in Naruto like compared to, and I know Naruto came out a long time ago. It's not, or not a long time ago, but like the production, the ability of hollow production wasn't there compared to now. But I could only imagine like how good that fight could have been if Boruto was seasonal and not weekly. You see what I'm saying? Because they probably had to like skimp on their budget, or like not skimp on their budget, but like not animate the leading up episodes that well. Like the 4 episodes leading up to that episode, animation might have been kind of mid, kind of like just getting by, so they could just put all their money into that fight. You know what I'm saying? But you don't need to do that.
Yeah, it's interesting to see the trend of the way people intake media too, because a lot of the top animes are the seasonal ones. Like like One Piece is always going to be up top, but that doesn't count. That's been going since the 90s.
Exactly.
It's interesting because like it's almost like Western media. Like when Netflix was first a thing, binge watching was the thing. Like, oh my God, you haven't seen the whole thing? Like when Stranger Things came out. You haven't seen the whole thing of Stranger Things yet? What are you doing? This and that, blah, blah. But now look at what streaming platforms are like. Disney Plus, it's like the new big shows on Disney Plus, they always come out on Wednesdays.
Right.
Because they know Euphoria like comes out on Sundays. So it's like, okay, let's get our day. Our day is going to be Wednesday.
Yeah.
And Euphoria's on Sunday. And like different, it's funny how it's kind of come full circle.
Yeah, exactly.
Because that's how it used to be with TV. And now it's not only affecting Western media, but like, anime. Fucking, I'm hype. I love waiting for a new Attack on Titan episode every week. Like I love, and then talking about it with my boys. Like, oh my God, this just happened. So yeah, exactly. I kind of do feel, or not feel, I do see what you mean, kind of backed up by like stats.
Exactly, and I think One Piece could also benefit from it too, even though like the episodes have been pretty good. I think just the merit of One Piece, with how long it's been going, it kind of makes it so where they probably have a lot more money to make banger episodes back to back to keep on going with those episodes.
They've been doing it for 20 years. They know
exactly. They've been doing it for a while, even though they've had points where the animation was kind of garbage. You know what I'm saying? Sure. They've had those points. Black Clover's had those points as well, because that was a weekly anime as well. They had seasons. They switched from seasonal to weekly towards the back end. I don't know why they did that, because the hype for it kind of got a little bit lower because the animation quality kind of got a little bit shaky. Mm-hmm. And now like the anime's on like a hiatus, but like they're having a movie. They just announced a movie for it, but the anime hasn't been announced to come back yet. So now people are like, holy shit. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, it's
just one of those things. But yeah, that's random soapbox type thing, because I know people shit on Boruto a lot, and I've fallen victim to it as well, because the quality of it hasn't been that good, and it's kind of riding the coattails of the original. You know what I'm saying? So, sure. But yeah, I think it probably would have benefited more, probably be a lot more popular along a mainstream audience if it was seasonal and not weekly. But you got any quick music recommendations before we get out of here? I know we're gonna have like an episode where we talk mostly about music, but any kind of like
we have a cool. Taylor came up with a cool music idea, but not real quick.
Anything that you don't want to talk about for the next episode?
That I don't want to talk about for the next episode. Okay. Did I say Wolfpack last week?
Yes, you did.
Shit.
Really good, by the way.
Yeah. For a single, it was Zatoichi by Denzel.
Fire.
I've kind of been bumping that one for a bit. Something that I don't want to talk about next week. The Getaway EP by Orion Sun. It's a very nice, cool, chill R&B.
No way.
Have you been listening to it?
Dude, I was going to talk about that next episode, but go ahead. That shit's fire.
Okay, I mean, you can still talk about it in depth.
Yeah, but like that EP is fucking dope.
Yeah. It's just a recommendation. It's nice. It's cool to chill. I like it.
Yeah, for reference, if you like Sid, you'll like Orion Sun.
That's a very good. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, but so I'll recommend Frank by Fly Anakin. It's basically kind of like if Zombie Juice from Flatbush Zombies went solo. If I think that's the kind of it's like Zombie Juice
was the gravelly one.
Is he? Oh no,
He's the one that went like.
No, okay, I'm thinking the wrong one.
Eric,
So it's
Eric the Architect.
It's Eric and the other guy. It's like both of those guys combined.
Okay.
You know what I'm talking about? It's not Zombie Juice. It's the what is his name?
I know Eric the Architect is like the main producer.
The taller, light-skinned guy. Yeah. I know Zombie Juice is dark skinned guy. What is his fucking name?
Oh shit!
Look it up really quick. Jamie, pull it up. Oh shit.
Flatbush Zombies.
Yeah, like
members.
What is his name, bro? I can't figure that shit out.
Eric Arc Elliott, Zombie Juice.
And?
Oh no! Wait! No, you're right. Michi Darko.
Michi Darko is the dark. Okay, yeah. It's Zombie Juice and Eric the Architect. It's kind of like same vibe as those two guys. Like if they went solo, that's what it sound like. It's really fucking cool. And then St. John is always gonna be one of my favorite artists. For the Squadron, the single he came out with is really fucking good.
Good song.
Really smooth. You know, not too crazy like his other. Not too crazy and like mosh pit type joints like his usual songs, but definitely a good fucking song in its own right. So yeah, that's basically everything we got. Next episode is a cool little title for it. I'm not gonna reveal it just yet because I'm kind of working out how I want to kind of do it. Also, in addition to that, I kind of want to add some stuff to how we kind of produce and give stuff out to people. So we're gonna kind of have some stuff on the pipeline for y'all as well. But anyways, you know, if you have been listening to us in the past, you know, couple weeks, we definitely appreciate you. Our downloads and our views went up crazy amount in the past.
Yeah, bro.
Past month.
That screenshot you sent me I got hype.
And I really appreciate everybody who even took the time to listen. So, you know, shout out to you guys. You guys are really, really cool. And leave a review if you can. I don't know if we're even eligible to do reviews or stuff like that on our podcast yet, but if you can, please give a review and maybe more people can see it. So again, I've been Nostalgia, as told by Zoe, and we see y'all next time. Peace.